Hey yo, what it do YouTube? It's your boy Alvin MB10 aka AMR10, and what I got for you today is some more NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Now more specifically what I have for you today happens to be a LiAngelo Ball build within NBA 2K22 Next Gen, and I do gotta say shout out to Samuel, because again this is a build that he mainly did and I just tweaked it in a little bit of a way that yeah, you can easily take it and do what you want to do with it. Now the key thing about this build is this is a build I really do believe you should consider taking into 2K23. I will not say it's a build you should take, because yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a sell by me saying that to you, because hey, I haven't seen the builder yet, so I don't know what's up. But from all the information we have been hearing about the game, they're going back to what people are calling a role player builder, in that you won't be able to make a superstar, i.e. the likes of Steph Curry, LeBron, Giannis, all those guys, but you will be able to make role players, and then, you know what I'm saying, it's meant to increase the skill gap and really show who's good with the sticks. Now because of that, and because of how I'm hearing there's going to be a lower badge count, if you really do put attributes on playmaking and shooting, you're going to have really little ability to work around your defending and finishing. So because of that, I have considered this to be one of the best builds you should consider taking, mainly because of what it brings and what it can do. Now before we get to the video, I do gotta say, if you like today's video, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button, because it does help quite a bit. Don't forget to drop a comment, tell me what you think of the build and what build you're considering to take into 2K23. Don't forget to share the video, and if you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on, because we are on the road to 1,200 subscribers. Now, as I originally said, this is a LiAngelo Ball build, and as most of you know, he is a shooting guard, right-handed, jersey number 3. Last time we saw him play was for the Charlotte Hornets G League team. I find it kind of disrespectful, because LiAngelo should technically get an opportunity to play on an NBA team, just because of the fact that, no cruelty, I do love Thanasis, but we all know why Thanasis Antetokounmpo is on the Milwaukee Bucks. Just saying, he probably, not probably, he would body me if I ever played him one-on-one, but I'm just saying, we all know why he's on the team. Height-wise, he does come in at 6'5" with a 215-pound frame. Originally, Samuel went with the 230-pound frame on the build, but I decided to go with the 217, mainly because I wanted you to have the ability of getting a little bit more speed, because at 230, this thing goes all the way down to a max speed of an 86, but at about 217, you do manage to keep that 88 speed and 86 excel, whilst being able to do all the other stuff you need to do, as well as keeping a speed of ball of an 84, because at 230, it gives you only an 82. And then wingspan-wise, we decided to go with the 6'9", mainly because, again, we are trying to keep this as close to LiAngelo as we can. Body shape, we're going to leave it solid, because the funniest thing about LiAngelo Ball's game is that he's a 3-and-D type player, but he has the frame of a big. Like, it's kind of insane, but hey, for those of you who know what I mean, you know what I mean, and that's why the emphasis of this build is the way it is. Now, first things first, I'm going to get the physicals out the way. I decided to give him we decided to give him an 86 speed as well as an 84 when it came to the excel. When it came to the strength, we gave him a 60. This was mainly because, again, LiAngelo Ball has the frame of a big dude, and he does literally play with his strength and let you know that he's got it. And then when it came to the vertical, it was a 75. Again, this is why I say you got to shout out Samuel, because he's the one who loves to go at the 75. I personally leave it at about 70 to 80, but he loves to go at the 75 range. And then stamina-wise in 90. Again, I will always say this, you should not need your stamina to be way higher than a 90 if you're not the point guard, mainly because what are you really doing? You know what I'm saying? The point guard is meant to be the floor general. If you're the floor general for your team, then yeah, have a high stamina. If you're not, really and truly, that means you're holding R2 way too much, because you usually don't have the ball in your hands. But yeah, it is what it is. Now to get the finishing out the way, close shot wise, went with an 86 because it does allow you to get gold, grace under pressure, giant slayer, mouse in the house. I know these are a bunch of badges that won't be in the game later, so we won't focus on the badges that much, but we went with an 86 on the close shot, went with an 85 when it came to the driving layup, and then when it came to the driving dunk, went with a 75. Key thing here was the ability to be able to finish at the cup with the little that you won't be able to exactly posterize people. Now that's mainly because even though LiAngelo can get up there, the key thing about him is he is a 3-and-D player. His ability to finish at the cup usually ends with him finishing with layups with his right or left, or just doing a straight old dunk through with no real much contact on the dunks. Now that does allow us to finish with 21 finishing badge points, so hey, that's something on the good side. Shooting wise, this was a bit of disrespect. Shout out to Samuel for this one. He gave him a 75 when it came to the mid-range jump shot. Actually, that's not disrespect. I'm not gonna lie. He's not a LiAngelo Ball's. No, actually, I'd give him like an 80 because I have seen him shoot a few mid-range jumpers. I said to myself, coming off the dribble, I would go, yeah, the boy can shoot. But he decided to go to 75 when it came to the mid, but respected him on the 3-ball with an 88, which I personally believe might be a little bit too high. But hey, you know, I said he is a 3-and-D player. Plus, the truth of it is, when he does spot up at 3, he does knock it down quite efficiently. Free throw wise, went with an 86. This was because, again, we want you to have the ability to take these builds into the rec and be able to knock down free throws. So an 86 free throw should do you just right. Then we moved on to the playmaking, where essentially we went with the 75 when it came to the ball handling, because again, he's not the greatest ball handler on the floor. Speed with ball went all the way up to an 82, mainly because that was the max we could get when the build was set at 230 pounds, but also because the truth of it is, as I said, this is a 3-and-D player, so you're not usually having the ball in your hands to do much. And if you are, you're really just pump faking someone out, driving forward, pulling up from mid, or just going to the hole and finishing with a layup. And then when it came to the pass accuracy, he decided to go to 77 because he is not the passer his brothers are, but LiAngelo Ball does have the ability to move the ball around. And if you've watched him play quite a bit, you'd realize with him competing for a spot, he has been trying to show that he has the ability to do more than just shoot threes and play a little bit of defense here and there. Now, defensively, I did say he was a 3-and-D player, but I did not say he was a great 3-and-D player. So we decided to give him a 77 when it came to the perimeter defense because he's not one of the best defenders on the floor, but he is a good defender. In my personal opinion, a 77 rating shows you're good defensively. When it came to the steal, we decided to go with a 77. This was more on the aspect of Samuel didn't want to get it up to a 78 because once you do, it gives you a two-way archetype, which we were not aiming to get on this build because, again, he is not a two-way player like that. He is, what's the best way of putting it? Danny Green. Who else can I think of? Dang, I'm struggling to think of some Klay Thompson. I'm thinking of 3-and-D players, and I'm really, because I would have said Ray Allen, but Ray Allen wasn't exactly a defensive player like that. Alright, listen, if you know a few more 3-and-D players right now, please do me a favor, go and drop it down in the comments. I would say Desmond Bane somewhat sort of is one, but then the truth of it is they do let him go a little bit of a freestyle when they're on offense sometimes, so but yeah, as a 3-and-D player, you're not exactly known as a great two-way. Examples of great two-way players are people like Paul George, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, even though his jump shot's not too effective. Jaylen Brown might be in there. Jason Tatum, I gotta give it to him a little bit, but then, you know, actually, yeah, I will give Jason Tatum a two-way player just because he is competing against the best players at his position, who happen to be 3 of the top 5 players in the league. Shout out to no, not even 3. He's dealing with the likes of KD, LeBron, Kawhi, Giannis. If you have to guard those guys, yeah, you have to be a two-way player at your best. So we decided to give him a 77 steal, 77 perimeter defense, 65 on the block. Then when it came to the rebounding, we decided to go with an 81 on the defensive and an 81 on the offensive. This is mainly because of the fact that no matter what you want to say about LiAngelo Ball's game, like, the thing he excels at that his brothers, they all excel at their ability to rebound, play make. Okay, whoa, I just said LiAngelo can't play make too tough. They all excel at their ability to finish at the cup through contact with layups and their ability to rebound and play perimeter defense. The only thing is LiAngelo and LaMelo play some good defense. Lonzo plays amazing defense. Playmaking wise, we both know it's LaMelo and Lonzo who are near the top. And then when it comes to shooting, ironically, it's LiAngelo as the best three-point shooter. And then the second one, you're picking up between Lonzo and LaMelo, because if you watch Lonzo in Chicago last year prior to the injury, that boy could shoot. That's all I'm saying. He could shoot. But yeah, as you can see, we finished with 21 finishing badges, 25 shooting, 22 playmaking, and 21 defensive badge points, giving us a grand total of 42, 64, 89 total badge points on this LiAngelo Ball build. But if you manage to rebirth it, that gives you a grand total of 102. Now, obviously, from what I've heard in the 2K23 builder, these badge points will be a lot less and will cost a lot more to get at Hall of Fame. So once we get an opportunity to see the builder, obviously we can start to adapt to it. But yeah, this is what you get so far. Now, takeover wise, the very first one I do is most likely spot up precision, because again, as I said, he is somewhat of a 3-and-D player, and the key thing that stands out about him and this play style is his ability to shoot the ball, which is relentless. And then for the second one, I'd probably give him a little bit of limitless range, just because, you know, he does have the ability to shoot it a little bit from deep. Plus, I watched that little Hail Mary he threw up with 0.6 seconds left on the clock where he just chucked it up there and got it in. So I feel like giving him a little bit of love when it comes to that. Now, what 2K says we have happened to build here happens to be a 3-point specialist, the likes of Norman Powell, Manu Ginobili, and Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is not a 3-point specialist. Manu Ginobili, 2K really needs to fix the shades up. That's one thing they need to fix in the next game, because the truth of it is none of these 3 are anything of a 3-point specialist. If you had asked me to put 3-point specialists down, I'd have put the likes of Kyle Korver, Ray Allen. Who else is a 3-point specialist in the league right now? JJ Redick, prior to, obviously he's retired, but Klay Thompson somewhat. Yeah, Klay is a three-point specialist, a two-way three-point specialist. But yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, which if you did, don't forget to do me a favor, go and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on. I am unsure whether we'll have a video Thursday, but we will see. But we will be streaming Friday when the game drops. Anyway, it's been your boy Alvin MB10, aka AMR10. I'll catch you in a bit. Deuces.